the module B. I'll just show you what is the syllabus exactly is, right? What is the weightage of module A, module B, module C, and module D. Apart from that, I'll show you what is exactly syllabus of module A, module B, module C, module D, and then after that, complete study plan we will be having. Okay, so just have a look on that module A, that is a statistic, right? Total around 9 chapters we have in module A. Approx 25 marks weightage this module is having. Okay, and this is the mix of the theory plus numerical, right? Completely. So if you are from the mathematics background, you have done graduation in the mathematics, then definitely it will be a very easier for you. Otherwise, yes, you have to uh, put your at least 100% to the stat part, right? So that is definition of stat is there, importance and limitation, then data collection, classification and tabulation. So the first topic here is that is importance of statistic, function of stat, then limitation or demerit of state, okay, stat, then definition, collection of data, classification and tabulation, and frequency distribution. So just see first, the number one point I'll just would like to tell you that please focus on theory plus numerical as well. Okay, at least on those area in which you are feeling comfortable. Okay, module B and module B, that is completely theoretical module, but module A and module C both are having theory plus numerical. Okay, so approx 15 marks, 10 to 15 marks numerical can come from these areas, right? Then chapter 2 is, it is a sampling technique. So random sampling is there, sampling distribution is there, sampling from normal population is there, sampling from non-normal population, central limit theorem, then finite population multiplier. Now we have the chapter number 3, that is measure of the central tendency, dispersion, skewness and kurtosis. So in this chapter, chapter 3, we are going to cover arithmetic mean, that is AM, right? Then geometric mean and harmonic mean. And what is the relation between the harmonic mean, geometric mean and arithmetic mean? Okay? Then median and quartiles, mode. Okay? So mean, mode, median we are going to cover here. Then dispersion, then range and coefficient of the range, then quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation, then standard deviation and coefficient of variation, skewness and kurtosis. Then the fourth chapter we have here, that is correlation and regression. Okay, so scatter diagram, correlation, regression and standard error of estimate, this we are going to cover. Then we have the fifth chapter is time series, right? So variation in time series, trend analysis, cyclical variation, seasonal variation, irregular variation, forecasting technique. These we are going to cover in time series. Then we have the next chapter, that is a probability. And see, last time in the December exam, there was question, 5 marks question was there from the probability, right? It was the numerical question, and of course, from the exam point of view, the probability is a very, very important topic, right? So, when we are talking about the probability, so we have here mathematical definition of probability, conditional probability, random variable, probability distribution of random variable, then expectation and standard deviation, binomial distribution, right? Poisson distribution, then normal distribution, and value at the risk. Then we have the next chapter, right? Yes. So we have the next chapter here, that is estimation, right? Then we have the linear programming. So in estimation, we have to cover point estimate, interval estimate and confidence interval, then interval estimate of the mean from large sample, then interval estimate of the proportion from large sample. That linear programming we have to cover. In that, we have to cover graphic approach, simplex method. Then the last chapter of this module is simulation methodology. ठीक है. So this is actually a very very important. But of course, when I'm talking about the exam point of view, the weightage part, then of course module B is having a large weightage in your ABM exam. Every time normally 28 to 30 marks weightage will be there. ठीक है. So when this is your module B, so we have here total 7 chapter. ठीक है. So module A is total 9 chapter, module B total 7 chapter, module D again 9 chapter, and module D again 7 chapter we have. ठीक है. So in module B, first chapter we have, that is fundamental of HRM, right? So this is your first chapter, right, of module B, and this module completely cover your theoretical part. There is no, even not a single numerical is there, right? So what is the difference between the HRM and HRD? Role of HR professional, right? Then strategic HRM, development of HR function in India, right? Then chapter number, next chapter is, that is development of HR, right? We have HRD and its subsystem. So this chapter is approx having 8 to 10 marks weightage. This is a very very important chapter from module B, right? And very lengthy also. So of course here we are going to cover, that is learning and development, role and impact of learning, attitude development, career path planning, self development, talent management, succession planning. Then we have the next chapter, that is human implication of organization. So in this chapter we are going to cover human behavior. In again this module, this chapter is having approx 8 marks weightage. Very very important again. So these two chapter are very very important, development of HR and human implication. ठीक है. So when we are talking about the human behavior and individual differences, then of course employee behavior at work, right? Diversity at workplace and gender issue, theories of motivation and their practical implication. See, in this chapter we are going to cover all the theories of motivation and the personality theory of the human being. Okay, so complete personality theory we are going to cover. Then what is the role and its concept? So again from these two chapter, each and every topic is very very important, each and every topic. Okay. Then we have next chapter, that is employee feedback and reward system. So in this chapter we are going to cover that what is the employee feedback, climate survey we have to cover here, then reward and compensation system, right? Then next is performance management. This chapter, that is performance management, is overlapping with your HR elective also and with your ABFM also, right? So from the part of that is performance appraisal method and error of the performance appraisal, right? Both the topics are very very important. So here what is the performance review and feedback, then what is the performance appraisal method, so traditional method, modern method, both we have to cover, like free essay form method, MBO, right? All these method we have to cover. Then what is the concept of counseling, what is the competency mapping, right? Then assessment of the competencies, assessment center, this is the full topic here, that is assessment center. Then next topic is, that is BEI, behavioral event interview, again a very important topic. Okay. Then we have the conflict management and negotiation. So what is the definition of conflict, then what is the type of conflict when we are talking about the person to person, right? Then what is the type of conflict we have, that is task conflict, role conflict, there are different type of conflict. Then we have the category of intrapersonal conflict also. That means that is a conflict which is within the individual, right? For example, conflict from frustration, goal conflict, role conflict, right? Then we have the reason for conflict and different phases of conflict, like prelude, differentiation, resolution. And there is another topic, that is conflict management style. So this time in the December exam, there was a question of 5 marks from conflict management style. Again, conflict management style is very important topic. So approx we can say here 6 to 7 marks. From the performance management also 6 to 7 marks. Here actually 4 marks. We can say that 4 marks weightage is there. Then the first chapter is 1 to 2 mark, right? So we have the weightage of fundamental of HRM, that is approx 1 or 2 marks. Then development of HR again 8 to 10 marks, and even it can go up by 15 marks also, right? So human implication, I mean last to last year in 2022, approx 14 marks question from the development of HR, only from the development of HR. Then we have the human implication of organization, employee feedback and reward system. Then we have the performance management, conflict management and negotiation. Again, it is having 6 to 7 marks. HRM and IT. Okay. So this is your last chapter of this module. But again, we can say here approx 1 to 3 marks. So what is the difference between the HRMS, HRIS? What is the EHRM? What is the HR research? What is the knowledge management? What is the HR analytic? So approx 7 chapter we have to cover here. Okay. Then we have module C, that is credit management, right? Again, 9 chapter we have in the credit management, right? So the first chapter here is, that is the introduction of credit, that what is the credit, what is the principle of credit, what is the type of borrower we have, what is the type of credit, what is the component of credit management, then role of RBI guideline, all these we have to cover here. Then next is analysis of financial statement. So I think most of the part, I mean a little bit you have done even in your AFM also in GIB. So this is like a lengthy version of the AFM, we can say that. So every analysis of financial statement, that is profit and loss, right? Then we have the cash flow statement, right? Balance sheet, all we have to cover here. That is users of financial statement, basic concept used in the preparation of financial statement. Yes, accounting standard, right? And these accounting standard we have to cover in module D also again. Okay. Then legal position regarding the financial statement, balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow, fund flow statement, projected financial statement, purpose of analysis of financial statement by banker, then rearranging the financial statement for analysis, technique used in the analysis of financial statement, creative accounting, and related party transactions. So all these topics we have to cover in the analysis of financial statement. Then we have the working capital finance. So here we have to cover concept of working capital, then what is the meaning of working capital cycle, importance of liquidity ratio, then method of assessment of bank finance, then working capital finance to the IT and software industry, then bill and receivable finance by the bank, then guideline of RBI for discounting and rediscounting of bill, ठीक है, trade receivable discounting system, non fund based working capital limit, and other issues which is related to working capital finance. Then we have the fourth chapter here, that is term loan, right? In the term loan, that is deferred payment guarantee. Then what is the difference between the loan appraisal and project appraisal? Then we have to cover here project appraisal, then appraisal and financing of the infrastructure project, then credit delivery and STP, straight through processing. Okay. Then next, of course, this module is a little bit lengthy also. So that is credit control and monitoring. So what is the tool which is available for credit monitoring and LRM? So LRM topic again you have to cover in module D also. Okay. So some of the topic that is actually that are overlapping with module C and module D. Okay. Then we have the credit risk, risk management and credit rating. So factor which is affecting the credit rating, right? Risk. Then how you can mitigate that credit risk. Then credit rating, internal and external credit rating. Methodology, that how you can map the credit rating. Use of credit derivative for risk management. RBI guideline on credit risk management, and CIS. Then the last chapter of this module is restructuring and rehabilitation and recovery. Okay, so this is your last chapter of module C, right? Then the last chapter is, that is resolution of stress asset under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. So this act you have to cover, that what is the definition of insolvency and bankruptcy. Okay, then what is the legal element of the code, what is the paradigm shift, then what is the resolution process, liquidation process, pre-packed insolvency, all we have to cover in module C. Now when we are talking about the module D here, okay, again module D is actually the newly added module. Earlier it was not there. Okay, earlier actually economics was there, the module A, that is. But when the chapter was completely changed last year, so this module, that is compliance in the bank and the corporate governance, right? So what is the meaning of compliance exactly? See, the compliance is actually when we are following the rule, regulation, okay, when we are adhere with the rule, regulation, all the laws, all the standard in the bank, we called it as a compliance. Okay, and when of course we are not following the compliance, there is a chance of the, there is a probability that compliance risk can be arise. And what is the meaning of the corporate governance, right? So corporate governance is actually, that is the rule, practice, processes which used to direct and manage a company. Okay, so what is the meaning of corporate governance? That is actually when we are, I mean, this is a responsibility of course board of director only, but that is a set of regulation, policies, procedure that actually give the direction to the organization. We called it as a corporate governance. See, when we are following all the compliance in the bank, then definitely the good corporate governance is there, right? Then of course corporate governance is there. So we have the first chapter here, that is compliance function. So this is your introduction chapter, that what is a compliance policy. Weightage, of course, we can say here around 25 marks. Okay, but highest weightage is module B is having. When we are talking about all the four module, all the four module are like a four new subject. Okay, there is no relation between the compliance and HRM. There is no relation between the credit and stat. So when we are like, we can start from anywhere, from module B, module C, module D, module A, because this is entirely different. All the four module are completely different from each other, right? So this is the first chapter, that is compliance function in the bank, right? This module I am going to cover, right? Module A and module C, Vishal Mantri sir, he is going to cover. So compliance policy and compliance principle, then process and procedure, compliance program, scope of compliance function, what is the roles and responsibility of chief compliance officer. See, every bank, they are having the designation of chief compliance officer. They are CGM or maybe the GM rank officer. So every bank is having the chief compliance officer. So when we are talking about the chief compliance officer, or when we are talking about the compliance function, then definitely all these, like what is a compliance program, what is a compliance policy, what is the responsibility of board of director with respect to the compliance, what is the roles and responsibility of CCO with respect to the compliance, all we need to cover here. Then the next is compliance audit, right? So here we have to cover the concurrent audit, that is RBI audit, different type of audit we have to cover. Then disclosure requirement, accounting standard, and LODR, that is listing of deregulation, ठीक है ना, listing of disclosure and requirement. LODR regulation, which comes under the SEBI, that we have to cover. Then the next chapter is, that is compliance governance structure. So in the bank actually, what type of structure we are following, ठीक है, what is the responsibility of board, what is the responsibility of senior management, what is the compliance structure at the corporate office, functional department, compliance structure at field level, internal control, all we need to cover. Then we have the framework for identification of compliance issue and compliance risk. Okay, so compliance issue, there are different type of compliance issues are there. So what is the meaning of inherent risk and control risk and the residual risk? Okay, then how we can conduct the compliance risk assessment. Then we have the reporting framework and monitoring compliance. Then role of inspection and audit, then LRM and credit audit. What is a good compliance? Okay. Then the next chapter here is, that is compliance culture and GRC framework. So compliance culture, actually, first of all, we have to cover that what is a GRC framework, what is the tool. GRC framework means, that is governance, risk, and compliance. So if any organization, they are following the risk, they are following properly, they are trying to mitigate the risk, they are following proper compliances, that means corporate governance is there. So GRC framework we have to cover. Then integrated GRC approach, right? Then next topic here is, that is whistleblower policy, right? So whistleblower policy you need to cover. Then the next chapter here is compliance function and role of CCO in the NBFC. See, last to last year, in a year of 2022, what happened is that year actually RBI, they have introduced the new regulatory framework for NBFCs. It is similar to the bank only, so that type of facility they have given. Okay, the scale based regulation they have given. So NBFCs are divided now into the four categories, that is base layer, middle layer, top layer, and upper layer. Apart from that, there is a scale based regulation is also given. Okay, scale based regulation for NBFC UL and for NBFC ML also, and even for the BL also. So there are three categories. Now this chapter is overlapping with your BRBL also. Okay, okay, that is a compliance function and role of CCO in NBFC. Then we have the fraud and vigilance in the bank. Okay, so here what is the meaning of fraud and what is the meaning of forgery, right? And what is the difference between the fraud and forgery? So in this chapter, the different type of cyber fraud we have to cover. Then what is the RBI has given the fraud reporting and monitoring system. Then what is the difference between the non-vigilance and vigilance function in the bank? Okay, and the RBI guideline for vigilance with respect to the vigilance for private sector and foreign bank also. Okay, so this we need to cover in the last chapter, that is fraud and vigilance. Now this is our schedule actually, right? Today I'm taking your first class and that is your orientation class. Okay, so from March 2022. So we will, I'm going to take your fundamental of HRM. This is your first chapter. Then development of HR, development of HR, then human implication chapter. It will take 3 days. Then employee feedback, employee reward, performance management, conflict management, and HRM and IT. Okay. So approx from the 9th April onwards, I'm going to take your module D. That is compliance function in the bank, right? It will take approx 2 days. Then compliance audit, then compliance governance structure, framework for identification, then compliance culture, right? Then what is the compliance function of NBFCs? Okay, this we need to cover here, right? What is the role of NBFCs? What is the role of CCO in the NBFC? And the last chapter we have to cover is fraud and vigilance. So it will approx take 3 days approx, and timing would be your 8 to 9 p.m. Okay, it would be 8 to 9 p.m. Then from 27th of April, right? That means your module A, Vishal Mantri sir, he is going to start your module A. That is chapter 1, it will take 2 days. Then sampling technique, measures of central tendency, dispersion, skewness, kurtosis, then correlation regression. Then after that, time series, it will take approx 3 days. Probability, of course, it is a very lengthy chapter, so again 3 days. Then we have estimation, linear programming, simulation. Then module C, it will be around, right? First chapter is overview of credit management, 3 days. Then analysis of financial management, again 3 days. Working capital, again 3 days. Term loan, again 2 days. And timing would be 7 to 8 a.m. Okay. Then we have the credit delivery, then credit control and monitoring, risk management, credit rating, again 2 days. Restructuring, rehabilitation, recovery, again 2 days, right? Resolution of stress asset and bankruptcy code, again 2 days. So approx you will be having a sufficient time for the revision. So approx June 13, we can say even June 15, your syllabus will be completed, right? So even if you have purchased the Mahapack, then definitely the revision batch is also included here, right? Revision batch maybe we are going to start after 20th June only for ABM actually. Okay, approx this will be the date. After 20th only we are going to start that is ABM revision batch. Okay, so till June 13, right? This will be the last date and your ABM would be completed by that time. So you will be having approx 15-20 days for the revision, right? So at that point of time, do revision. See, the problem which normally all the bankers are facing now. See, Rajkumar ji, I am going to take your module B and module D, and after completion of module B, definitely we will be having one revision class also. Approx 2 revision class we have. Then MCQs also we have. Okay, but that is after completion of module B. Okay. Then after completion of module A, similarly Vishal Mantri sir, he is going to take your revision part, right? And after that, MCQs will be there. Okay, but there is a separate revision batch also, that is we are going to launch maybe around like after 20th June only. Okay, that is completely revision batch actually. Okay, and that is included in your Mahapack also, that is a revision batch. But even in this class also, after completion of module B, we will be having the revision part for complete module D. Then MCQs we will be solved. Then after that we are going to start module D. Then after completion of module D, we will be having the MCQs and revision part both. Okay, so any doubt you have, please ask, right? Anytime you can ask the doubt. And if you are opting for the elective as a HR, okay, so I'm going to take your HR elective revision batch also, right? So most of the part of elective paper HRM we have to cover, like we are going to cover in the ABM and ABFM. Approx 40 to 50% of elective HR part we are going to cover in, that is ABM and ABFM both. Okay. Chali. So now I'm going to start your first chapter of module B, that is fundamental of HRM. Okay. So we have total 7 chapter in module B. Okay. The first is fundamental of HRM, then development of HR, human implication of organization, employee feedback and reward, performance management, conflict management and negotiation, and HRM and IT. See, what is the meaning of HRM? What is exactly HRM is? HRM is actually when we are dealing with the people, right? When we are dealing with the employee, right? So when we are talking about the human resource management, that means HRM is the practice of managing the people, right? What is HRM? You have to manage the people and you have to bring the 100% performance from them. Okay, that is the task of the HRM, right? So this is just the introduction chapter. I'll just let you know what all are the important topic in this chapter. Only 1 or 2 marks weightage is there. Okay, So definitely HRM is, that means we have to deal with the people in the HRM and their behavior. Okay, because every employee is different, but you have to deal with them. Okay, HRM is all about to deal with the human mind, to deal with the people, and to take your, to take their 100% performance from them. Okay, this should be our aim as a HR manager, right? So that is actually the combination of people and science. See, any organization, they can actually copy the technology, but they cannot copy the people, right? Same type of technology, of course, you can have, but same type of employee, you cannot. So definitely the employee, they are like a asset of every organization. And we have the four basic function of HRM: staffing. That means first of all, you have to recruit the people. Okay, you have to right, recruit them, right, select the right person for right job. Then after that, train them in the training and development. After that, motivate them. And maintenance means give them the proper compensation. That means compensation should be appropriate. That is not that much less, or that is not too much high. I mean, that is approximately that will match your skills, experience, right? So of course, any organization, they can replicate the technology and process, but not the people. Every organization, they are having the different set of people. I mean, different set of human capital. Okay, so employee, we treat it as a asset of the organization, right? That is actually the asset of the organization, right? This is just introduction part. Of course, that is a not the even not a single question can come from this slide, but that is just the introduction part. Because see, all the module now in ABM, all the module are like a completely different subject. In stat, first introduction will be there. Then after that, you have to go by probability, skewness, kurtosis, correlation, regression. Similarly, here also the first chapter is the introduction of HRM. Then after that, what is the development of HR? What is the employee feedback? What is the performance appraisal and all that? Then similarly, module C, you are going to cover the first chapter, that is overview of credit management. That is the introduction of credit management. What is exactly credit management takes? Okay. Then similarly, module D also, what is the meaning of compliance? So in every module, the first chapter is like a introduction of the entire module. Okay. The first chapter will give you the idea that what we are going to cover in the, right, in the next chapters. Okay, na? In the upcoming chapter. So what is the definition of organization? See, organization is all about, first of all, that is a combination of four things. Four things means, that is activity, okay, plus employee, plus hierarchy, right? So this is a combination of all three, plus goal, common goal should be there. Then we called it as a organization. Okay, so organization means there are different type of activity which will be done by the employee, and they are working in the hierarchy, right, with a common goal. So common goal, common objective, they should have. Okay, so organization is the combination of these four, every organization. Okay, now what is a people management? People management and HR management, both are the similar word. Okay, see, normally in the organization, employee leave, okay, and join the organization respectively, right? So definitely the employee normally change, right? So that is always a dynamic function. Suppose you are dealing with the law manager, right? Whosoever law manager is, that may be going to change in the next coming year, or maybe after 1 year or 2 year. So that is of course always a live issue that always change. On the other hand, okay, the technology get stabilized at least for certain period in its evaluation process due to which it is passive. See, so every organization, okay, you have to deal with the people management or HR management. That means you have to deal with the people, and you have to deal with the, suppose if you are dealing with the people, that means you have to deal with the different emotion of the employee, like hate, love, values, belief, all these. Okay. So Edgar Sitchin is also, he has given the similar definition, and of course, this definition has not come ever. Okay. So what is the Edgar Sitchin has given? Edgar Sitchin has given the similar definition, like organization is the combination of activity, ठीक है, plus employees there, then division of layer, and they are having the hierarchy plus common goal they have. ठीक है. So similar definition Edgar Sitchin is also given. ठीक है. Then we have the yeah. So this is the important point here. uh, Around like 2 years before, there was one question that who has called worker as a vital machine. See, there are two famous scientists are there. That is, one is Charles Babbage, and another one is, that is, Robert Owen. Okay, and they have given their opinion. Robert Owen, actually, he has believed that the best investment in any organization, if you are investing on your employee, then definitely that will be a very very beneficial. So we called it worker as a vital machine, and he has believed that if we are providing the better condition for worker, okay, then definitely they will give you the higher productivity. So if you are giving them better condition, you are giving them better environment, then definitely they will work for you in a 100% way. Okay. So there was a question last to last year, that who has called worker as a vital machine. So the right answer here is, that is, Robert Owen. Now the Charles Babbage, he has given the different perspective. He believe actually in the division of labor. Okay, that is the work specialization, right? He believe in the work specialization. So he believed in applying scientific principle to work process to increase productivity and reduce the expenses. Okay? So what was the opinion of Charles Babbage? He believed that there has to be a proper division of labor. That means the work should be separated among the employee. I mean HR, finance, right? Then we have the marketing people. So all the work should be divided among all these four. So we believe that when we are applying the scientific principle to the work process, then of course the productivity will be increased and the expenses will be decreased. Okay? So that was the opinion, that division of labor. He has given the opinion. What is the meaning of division of labor? That means work is divided among the employee. That means HR is doing their work, okay, and right, then the finance people, they are doing their work, marketing people, they are doing their work. So we believe in applying the scientific principle to work process to increase productivity and reduce the expenses. So of course, cooperation of individual to coordinate the activity, that is the people management. In people management, first of all, you have to cooperate the individual and coordinate the activity. See, in the organization, there's a different type of departments are there, right? Even in the bank also, like credit is there, treasury is there, operation is there, fraud department is there. So there has to be a proper cooperation, proper coordinate the activity, and cooperation should be there. Then only the people management will work. Okay. Now, this is a very, very important topic of this module, that is VUCA scenario. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of VUCA scenario? See, uh, last year in the June exam, this topic is actually newly added topic. June exam, there was a full form. They have asked that what is the full form of VUCA, and in the December exam, they have asked even in the HR elective the same topic you are having in the HR elective also. Okay. So this is a common topic in your ABM and the HR elective both, right? So what is the meaning of VUCA exactly? VUCA means, that means suppose when you are, right, at the time of the crisis, right, at the time of the any crisis, when business is going through the crisis, right, then you have to face here, every business at the time of the crisis they have to face these four things: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Yes, any doubt is there? Please ask me if any doubt is there. Any doubt? Right? So, volatility means that is a rate of change. Rate of change means, see, the rate of change means that how the environment react quickly. Suppose at the time of the COVID, right, the that was a crisis situation. At that point of time, every organization they were the volatile. Volatile means the change was going very quickly. It was happened very quickly, and which was unpredictable and out of your control, right? Then we have the uncertainty here. Now, what is the uncertainty? That means you are unclear about the present. Uncertainty means, that means whatever happening around you, you are not clear about that. Okay? Not clear means, that means whatever happening. Suppose at the time of the COVID, right? Whatever happening around you, you are not clear about that. Okay? That what is going on exactly. Things are more unclear. Even information is not there, right? That what is the basic cause, what is the effect, right? That is completely unknown for you. Okay? Then we have the ambiguity. Third is the ambiguity. Now, what is the meaning of ambiguity? Ambiguity means at the time of the crisis, normally the, right, the unknown is unknowns basically. Okay? Suppose at the time of the COVID, right, every organization they are facing the problem, right? They were facing the problem at that point of time. Now even they are not clear that how to overcome from that problem. Okay? Completely confusion was there, complete ambiguity was there, and the fourth part is the complexity. Now what is the complexity? See, every situation is having the interrelated part. Okay? All the parts in every organization, all the part are interconnected. Okay? So that means some information is available or can be predicted, but the volume or nature, it can be overwhelming. So that is actually in every organization there are so many parts are there. Okay? Like in every organization, like machine, man, material, and they all are connected with each other. Okay? So that is actually the VUCA scenario. Now see, every problem is having the solution. Am I right or not? So these are the problem: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So when we are talking about the problem, we have to talk about the solution also. That means every problem is having the definite solution. In the problem of volatility, that means the change is going very faster and faster. Okay? That is a rate of change. Then of course, if every organization they have the proper vision, that what is exactly their vision is after 10 year, after 5 year, then you can fight with the volatility. Uncertainty means you're not clear about unknown impact, unknown outcome is there. Complete situation is unpredictable. Even we are not clear that after even 1 week what can be happen. Okay? So at that point of time, you need to understand the point. Complexity means that is task correlation. That means every part in the organization that is interrelated with each other. So you have to have the clarity in your mind. Okay? At every aspect, that how we can overcome from the problem. Ambiguity means cause is not clear, aim is not clear, what is going on exactly not clear in our mind. So of course agility is the solution. That means take quick action, right? So even you can see that at the time of the COVID also, there are so many organizations, they have even made profit at the time of the COVID also, because they are having the vision, they were having the understanding, they are very agile. Agile means they know how to take the quick action, they are very clear. Okay, so if you are clear about all these things, you can face each and every problem: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. Of course, at the time of the crisis, every organization, they have to face volatility also, uncertainty also, complexity also, and ambiguity also. But if you know that what is the solution is there, okay, then of course you can overcome from this problem. So you should know that what is the solution is there, right? If we know the solution, then definitely we can combat with the problem as well, we can fight with the problem also. Okay, so this is the VUCA scenario. So this is a very important topic, right? In last year exam, in the June exam, there was only question they have asked that what is the full form of VUCA. C meaning they have asked complexity, that is very easier question. In December exam, full form they have asked in the HR elective. But maybe they can even ask the case study also from the VUCA. Okay, so this is a very very important topic. Dviti ji, I have already attached the PDF here. Okay, you can see the PDF, and even I can attach here also. Okay, so in the practice book you can just go through that, right? Right, so the PDF you can have a look on, that is a practice book section is there, practice book. Okay, there I have uploaded the PDF of this chapter. So every day we normally upload the PDF every day. Okay, chaliye, so all the viewers who are watching me live on the YouTube, right, first of all, please go and subscribe our channel, right? And this is the new batch which we have started today, right? So this is a new batch which we have started today, and you can go here, that is Adda 24/7. So you have to type, that is Adda 24/7. Then we have the GIB and CIB category here. This is CIB June 2024, right? Then double validity is going on right now, right? So AIM and Manzil batch, both the batches we are starting today. Manzil is your bilingual batch, AIM is your English medium batch, right? So you have to go by the category, that is CIB Mahapack 2.0. The benefit of Mahapack is all the revision batches, all the books, all the test series, all the elective paper video courses included here. Okay, so you have to go by Y666. This code you can apply. Then the price is right now 81% discount, and double validity is going on. So 81% plus double validity also, right? So 6499 is the final price, right? Apart from that, there is a separate batch also, right? So this is your separate batch, this is the AIM batch, and complete study plan we have uploaded here. You can see the complete study plan. ABM I have started today, right? And there the timing is 8 to 9 p.m. Then ABFM timing is, that is 7 to 8:30 a.m. morning, right? So Niharika ma'am, she is going to take your ABFM, right? Then apart from that, BRBL is there. BRBL we have to start from the, that is 13th of May, right? So 13th of May we are going to start BRBL. Then we have the BFM. So BFM from the April 12th, 6 to 7 a.m. So the ABFM, right? We are going to start from 10th of April. So today, first subject, that is ABM, that I have started from today. That is from the 22nd of March, right? And other subject, they are going to start from the month of April, that is. So you have to go by the category, that is by now, and Y666, this code you can apply. then the price is 81% 4799, and even you can purchase this from the Adda application also. Thank you and bye bye and take care. Thank you, bye bye. Schedule is already there in the Sai Vishwaji. Schedule is already uploaded. You can see the batch, that is a aim batch, right? Complete schedule is there, right? We have already uploaded the schedule. Thank you and bye.